saying that we have to be intentional about about having a great day. Um, Today's subject is one of my favorites. It is about conflict resolution slash conflict management. All right, it's your boy Coach White, your self improvement coach, and my brother from the same mother is here with us today. Jamar, salute, salute.
What's up, bro?
How you feeling? How you feeling?
I'm cool, bro. I'm cool, man. You know,
Awesome, man.
I'm
I love
here.
it. You had a good week.
Yeah, it's been cool, but I've been working. I've been doing some one of my homeboys, he like contractor, so for the last like month and a half, 2 months, I've been working with him. He been teaching me like electrician work.
Nice, nice,
So I've been
man.
just learning electrician work and like doing, carpentry. Today we had to break down this lady sailing,
Okay.
grandma, old house. She don't want to let go, bro. It was crazy. It was
Yeah,
crazy
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah. That's
So I had to
that.
do that.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No. I said to break that down, bro. And tomorrow, put the drywall up, redo the layer. Just,
Yeah,
she don't want to let this stuff go, bro. It's just like, yo, let this stuff go. Let it go. Let it go.
yeah,
But whatever.
yeah. That's that
It
James.
was
That's that James Evans work, brother. That blue
yeah,
collar.
yeah,
Yeah,
straight up.
yeah. That's
You
for
feel me?
real.
Straight up. Yeah, break demolition and put the wall up. Yeah, it was like,
I've never
so
been that kind of dude, brother.
it's
I
cool. Yeah,
I
it's been
respect it.
cool, though.
Yeah, I respect it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Shh,
been
that's
cool.
hard
It's
work.
been, yeah, it's just, yeah. I've been learning a lot. You feel me? So it's like, yeah, it's work though. Today was like the most since we've been doing it. Today was like, man, what's that I did? We built the entertainment system like last week,
Okay.
but today was like, yeah, today was down and dirty because the house is like old. I don't know how the lady lived there.
Mm,
I don't even know how she lived there, bro. But she, grandma don't want to let stuff go. We like, you gotta let this go. She don't want to let it go. It's like you don't want to let this go. The house was insane, bro. Mice running around,
yeah. She holding on to me.
huh? Man, yo, like, yeah, they lived there in there with them. It was crazy, bro. I was just like looking around, like, damn. It's just, and she's more than capable of moving if she want.
Yeah,
She cool,
yeah,
but she don't want to let go. And like the roof about to starting to buckle. The house is that old. The roof is starting to buckle, bro. It's like, and we just doing one room. I'm like, bro, this whole house need to be just them just broke down and put a new spot up.
yeah,
But
yeah.
she don't want to do it. So
She holding on to
yeah,
those memories, man.
yeah, for real,
Yeah,
bro. Cause we took an entertainment like a little thing, old entertainment system is breaking apart, hardly standing up. And he
yeah,
was talking to her like, "Yo, I put this outside. We gonna toss it." She started crying like, "No, we like you can't even keep. It's like you gonna keep this." That's how bad
yeah,
it was, bro. Old
yeah,
TV
yeah.
in there. It's like dust everywhere, spiders. It was crazy, bro.
Wow.
It was crazy. Yeah, it was crazy, bro.
Sounds like an adventure, bro.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah,
We had to clean up the stuff, so I was like, I'm on point looking and stuff like, yo, nah, dog, y'all tripping. Think I'm about to be putting my hands all around. I don't know
yeah,
what's down there.
yeah,
We
yeah,
got brown recruit spiders down here. You feel me? I'm like,
yeah,
nah, dog. But
yeah. That's tough.
it's all
That's,
good.
that's tough, man. For sure.
Learning some stuff.
TikTok for you. Salute, salute. Thank you for checking in. Jason, thank you for checking in. Troll King, thank you for checking in. Mason, Out of favors one, man. Y'all. Orthodoxy. Jay, thank you for checking in. Kev. Uh, Frederick, thank you for checking in. It's your boy, Coach White. This is Coach Class with Coach. Jamal, thank you for checking in as usual. I got a couple quick announcements, and then we're going to get into the quote of the day, and then we're going to get right into the class. All right? Let's do it. First announcement, as always, check me out on the Gallery That Tells Your Story channel on YouTube. All right? Check out the content. Give me some feedback on the content that I have on the channel. I want to hear from you guys. I want to make sure it's, something that helps you to change your life, or that inspires you to change your life, or it confirms that you're on the right track. All right, so check it out. The Gallery That Tells Your Story channel on YouTube. As it pertains to Instagram, listen, my Instagram account has been hacked. So I was able to send like some messages last week, like in my inbox, to some people who thought I sent them something, but I didn't send them anything. So I was able to apologize, and these are people that are family. And I said, hey, next time you get something like that from me, call me and confirm, because that wasn't me. So once I get that fixed, then I'll let you guys know that that's up and running. But for now, Instagram is bugging. All right. Facebook, connect with me at Darrell White, so you can stay tapped in, and vice versa. I want to tap into what you guys are up to as well. Books for sale. Again, we have the Invisible Marriage for sale. We have Forsaking All Others, Aiden and Nicole for sale. We have I Do, I Did, and It Didn't for sale. And we have 50 Shades of She for sale. Now, the first three are Christian fiction novels. And two of the three, Aiden is the main character. I'm just giving you guys a little bit of information about it. When you finish The Invisible Marriage, you'll understand a little bit about Aiden's story and how he is in a marriage, or he's married, but invisible in the marriage. All right, so I'll just give you that little tidbit. You'll have to check out the rest on your own. Just giving you a preview. Forsaking All Others, Aiden and Nicole, you'll find that Aiden is remarried. And in the beginning of his marriage, he is experiencing a lot of trials and tribulations. And that is all the preview I will give you on that book. I Do, I Did, and It Didn't. All right, you have various characters in that book. Shout out to Rock. Shout out to Anastasia. It's a really dope Christian fiction novel. 4 authors are part of that project. And the fiction characters all said I do. All of them did the marriage thing, and it didn't work. And those characters are talking about their experiences and what they learned. And that's all I'll give you on that as a preview. 50 Shades of She, if you really like deep poetry, shout out to my wife. She wrote that one. These are depictions of her domestic violence journey and how God enabled her to use poetry as a means to escape. All right. So I gave you out 4 books, and I gave you a preview for each book. Now is your part to check it out on Amazon or Kindle. All right. Bible study every Sunday from 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are taking a journey through the book of Hebrews. We've been on Hebrews for a year and 2 months now, just going through it verse by verse. We are on Hebrews chapter 9, verse 2. All right, so if you want to be a part of that journey, join us here on Sundays from 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have t-shirts for sale. We have the Gallery That Tells Your Story t-shirts. We have John 8 and 24, which is my favorite scripture. We have that on the t-shirt, and we have self-love over self-destruction t-shirts for sale. All right. So if you're interested, shoot me a DM and I'll get it out to you. Last but not least, I am recruiting coaches, generally speaking. If you want to join my coaching network, send me a DM, and I'll let you know how you can become a part of the team. But I'm also recruiting youth coaches, grades 5 through 12. I want to start training up some coaches on a youth level so that you guys can be coaches for your age groups. Our primary focus will be on self-improvement, conflict resolution, problem solving, and I will be offering some academic support as well. So if you are interested in getting your youth connected as youth life coaches, give me a shout as well. Tonight, Coach Class will coach. Our focus for the night is going to be conflict resolution, and we're here every Wednesday from 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right? And if you join me on Facebook, and if you join me, join the YouTube channel, then you will see the replays of both the Bible study and the coach class. All right? Fair enough. So I shared that. Re-add my brother to the stream. I just realized I wasn't sharing. So pardon me because you couldn't see the announcements on the screen, but you heard it. All right, quote of the day. Love this quote. Here's how it goes if you join us for the first time. Pastor Dwayne, salute. I'll read the quote 3 times. We'll have a little bit of discussion. All right. This quote is from Wayne Dyer. And it reads, conflict cannot survive without your participation. Conflict cannot survive without your participation. Let me say it again for the dramatic people in the back, the ones that love drama. Here you go. Conflict cannot survive without your participation. All right? This is pretty straightforward. We don't have to add nothing to it, and we sure can't take nothing away from it. All right? So our focus for the day for class is conflict resolution / conflict management. All right? I'm going to stop, and then let me go to another screen. Dang, I don't even know if that came through. Let me change my view, and let me share that one more time because I'm not sure if all of it was on the screen or not. I want to make sure the presentation is right. All right. So again, conflict cannot survive without your participation. Repeat after me, TikTok. Conflict cannot survive without my participation. All right. So I'm going to stop sharing here. Announcements anymore. And I don't need the quote anymore. So I'll take that off. All right, here we go. Let's get into an article real quick. We're gonna cool. And you guys know that I'm a big fan of Psychology Today. This article is titled "The Positive Value of Conflict." Pardon these ads on the side. The positive value of conflict, the power of resolution. All right, here we go. By Dr. Eugene B. I will not butcher his last name. He says mending conflicts is critical at home and for our nation. All right. Conflict is a natural part of our lives. We inevitably have disagreements with others from time to time in our values, beliefs, behavior, and much more. But recently we've seen what feels like insurmountable conflict dividing our nation. How do we even start to move towards some kind of resolution? All right. And then he writes, let me put on my shrink hat and focus on conflicts in families and relationships. All right. In my clinical experience, he says, relationships become stronger, more enduring, and closer through the resolution of a conflict. But resolution takes practice, right? Resolving conflict requires, check this out, building interpersonal skills that are essential for loving and effective relationships at home, with friends, and in our communities. The process of working through a conflict is also a crucial way for us to build resilience and learn more about ourselves and others. All right? In families, there are two situations that worry me clinically, he says. Number one, families that never fight, where there is no apparent conflict or hidden conflict. And number two, in which the conflict is overt, often brutal and hurtful. All right? Let me let my brother in real quick. I think I hear an alert.
People keep calling me and stuff, so cut out.
Man, it's all good, brother. All right, make sure I'm sharing the right screen. Okay. All right, so here we go. What is common in these two situations is the lack of conflict resolution. In one situation, conflict is denied or hidden. In the other, feelings of rage, harshness, or rigidity do not allow for peace and reconciliation. In both cases, conflict eats away at the needed attachment we have for each other and families and takes a toll not only on the relationship, but on one's personal sense of security, acceptance, and self esteem. Here's the major premise, he writes. We are all going to have conflict at times. It's a fundamental fact of human relationships. But when we make the conflict transparent, when we take accountability for our role in the conflict, and when we resolve the conflict, we become closer. Our attachment and sense of belonging improve immensely. All right. And here's a guide that he writes to conflict resolution. Resolution does not necessarily mean we agree. We can agree to disagree. Resolution does involve appreciation of differences, right? Acceptance, tolerance, and an ability to love each other despite our disagreements. All right? In many conflicts, it's apparent what's going on. Perhaps a fight over rules, a behavior, or differing opinions. But sometimes it's harder to get to the root of things. And while the parties don't necessarily have the skills or insight to manage the situations, it's still clear that there is some kind of rift. All right. So he also writes, I'll add this part. When conflict is not transparent, we might only see the impact of the conflict in a child or teen's behavior. For example, in a marital conflict, a child might demonstrate angry, oppositional behavior, or physical symptoms such as abdominal pain. Kids pick up on the rift between parents unconsciously, and it comes out in behavioral changes. So that is something that parents, we need to really pay attention to. If there's a conflict amongst us as parents, we need to pay very close attention to the subtle things that may be that may manifest itself in physical symptoms, uh, behavioral changes in our children, particularly in school, their overall attitude shifting and things of that nature. Because we can't expect our kids to be able to articulate that they're in pain because of what's going on between mom and dad. All right. We have to be very attentive to them and pay attention to any shifts that may be apparent in their behavior patterns. All right. So if you're interested in this article, I can send it to you, or shoot me a DM, and I will copy it and paste it so that you guys could check it out on your leisure. Because I want to spend the majority of our time today harping on another resource that I obtained through therapistaid.com. All right. So I'm going to share my screen and let's get into this. Relationship conflict resolution. This is where we're going to spend most of our time today. All right. There's a couple things that we're going to highlight that I want you to put in your toolbox. And at any point, TikTok, if this is for you, say, hey, this is for me. I want you to commit to doing one of these, at least one thing that you hear today in this coach class. The first one that I think is extremely important, Jamar, is that we focus on the problem and not the person. Focus on the problem and not the person. All right? When a disagreement turns to personal insults, raised voices, or mocking tones, the conversation is no longer productive. Are y'all with me? Be careful to focus on the problem without placing blame on your partner. If a disagreement becomes personal, you should pause the conversation. Period. All right? Focus on the problem and not the person. Now, having said that, these things are easier said than done. But we're going to go through these, and I want you guys to commit to doing at least one of these things. All right? The second one, and this takes a lot of practice. Use reflective listening. Use reflective listening. When you think about a reflection or your reflection in the mirror, what you're doing is you're giving back, you're reflecting back what you heard the person say, because the goal in any argument or any conflict, or one of the many goals, is to gain understanding. Understanding builds bridges and not walls. All right? So oftentimes during arguments, we focus on getting our point across rather than listening to our partner. All right? Before responding to your partner, and this is how you reflect, restate what they have said to you in your own words. Continue this process until your partner agrees that you understand. Are you with me? Next, share your side. Your partner should reflect back your ideas in their own words until they too understand. So it's a two-way exercise that's going on in reflective listening. Using this technique will help both individuals feel listened to and understood, even if you disagree. This is a really good one, but this takes a lot of practice. All of them do, but reflective listening in particular takes a lot of practice. So the first one is focus on the problem, not the person. The second one is use reflective listening. The third one is use I statements. Use I statements. When sharing a concern, begin your sentence with I. For example, I feel hurt when you don't tell me you'll be late. With this sentence format, we show that we are taking responsibility. Somebody say responsibility. We're taking responsibility for our own emotion rather than blaming our partner. Are you with me? The alternative sentence would be, you never tell me when you're going to be late. Will often cause a partner to become defensive. So let's pay more attention and be self-aware of ourselves enough to A, know where we are emotionally, and B, to be cautious and cognizant of the you statements that we use and not the I statements, because I statements inquires ownership. You statements causes people to become defensive naturally. So I statements, not you statements. So we want to start with the I's and stop with the U's. All right? So the first one, focus on the problem, not the person. The second one, TikTok, salute, salute. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The second one is use reflective listening. The third one is use I statements. All right, let's go to the next one. Shout out to Saved Are You. Salute, my sister. Thank you for checking in. The next one is very simple. And again, easier said than done. But this is why the coaching that you would get from me, and not necessarily me, doesn't have to be me, for anybody that's pouring into you, is to know when to take a time out. When you are self-aware, you know when to take a time out. You know when you're going to go from 1 to 10 when you're self-aware. When you and your partner are becoming argumentative, insulting, or aggressive, it's a good idea to take a time out. All right? Have a plan in place so you or your partner can call for a break when needed. Now, listen, this is something that me and my wife used to do, and all praise and honor to God, and thank you for his grace and his mercy. We have grown significantly to a point where it's not necessary for us to take time outs anymore. We can talk things through. We can hear each other. and we are mature enough emotionally not to have outbursts. But again, that's just take time and practice. So what I'm asking you guys to do, just like, and it's interesting because in all other areas in our life, we come up with plans, financial plans. When we get to work, we come up with plans to complete a task. But when it comes to relationships, we don't make plans, y'all. So when you are not emotional, when it's just a casual day, I'm challenging you as your coach to sit down with your partner or your family member, your brother, your sister, mom or dad, aunt or uncle. Sit down with them and say, look, I noticed that I get very triggered when you say or don't say, when you do or don't do, whatever that is. So I'm aware of that. And I'm aware of how when I blow up, I'm aware of how it affects you. And I love you. I'm giving you a script. I love you and I care about our relationship dynamic. And it's important to me that we don't harm each other with our words. So what we need to do, or what I'm going to do, because it's about ownership, is that if something is said or not said, done or not done to me, when it gets to this point, I'm going to take a time out. I'm going to, whatever you want to do, it could be this. But make sure that your partner or whomever knows that this means I'm about to lose it and I need to walk away for about 5 minutes and get myself together and come back. So that that person can respect your time and so they can your time out and they can realize that you're still in it to work towards resolve. But you're getting heated right now. And because emotions are involved, you can't think clearly and rationally and logically. And you're about to explode. Communicate your timeout strategy. What will that look like? Even if I don't say it with my words, hey, I need a timeout. You want your partner to know that when you do this, you're about to blow up. And the time that you take to separate needs to be honored. All right? So spend some time doing something alone that you find relaxing. When you've been calmed down, you and your partner can return to solving the problem. Be sure that you do return. It isn't a good idea to leave these issues unaddressed. In previous classes, we talked about the elephant in the room. We don't want elephants in the room. We want to be masters at solving problems. All right? So we've covered, and these are very basic. But again, most things that's easier said than done. We focused on or discussed focusing on the problem, not the person, using reflective listening, using I statements, knowing when to take a time out, and finally, towards a resolution. Work toward a resolution. Disagreement is a normal part of a relationship. If it becomes clear that you and your partner will not agree, focus on a resolution instead. TikTok, are you with me? Try to find a compromise. Somebody repeat after me. Compromise. Try to find a compromise that benefits both individuals. In coaching, what we do, we specialize in creating win-win scenarios. A win for you and a win for them. Everybody wins. That's the goal. Ask yourself if this disagreement really matters to your relationship, and let yourself move on if not. All right? Always work towards a resolution. All right? When I hit a little chime, I know my brother got bumped out again. Let me let him back in. All right. So we covered 5 today. I gave you 5 tools. Now, what I want to know, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, which one will you commit to using? Commit to one and stick to it. And if you need help, I got your back. Focus on the problem, not the person. Will you use reflective listening? Will you use I statements? Will you know when to take a time out and actually take the time out? Will you communicate with that person when you need to take a time out? Will you communicate your game plan so that the person knows when you do this, whatever you want to do, that you're getting to a point where you're heated and you need a few minutes so you can come back and resolve? Will you work towards a resolution? Or will you be comfortable with elephants in the room? You need to cut that out. There's no growth in that. As coaches, we are committed to resolving conflicts, to solving problems, creating win-win scenarios. All right? So if you're interested in this worksheet, send me a DM and I will get it to you with no problem. All right, it's a short class tonight. I'm checking with my brother from the same mother. All right, my guy, I'm going to bring you on. Is anything that you want to speak on before we close out today? Anything came to mind as we were going through the resources, the material?
I was just resonating with the that was cool. Just I was just telling somebody, always look at yourself. I mean, for me, you know what I'm saying? I always just look at myself, like,
Yeah.
no matter what. You know what I'm saying? I always say the blame is on me. And I was telling a friend that, she's like, what? Like, I didn't, like, I said, for me, I feel like I give my power away when I point at somebody else. So I
Yes.
said, you got to take your power back.
Yeah.
And I said, when you put it on you and put everything on what you may did in that situation, or just take what you can learn from that situation, I said, you take your power back by not blaming on somebody else. I said, at this stage, I just can't blame nobody, especially my significant other, if that's the case for, you know what I'm saying? Just blame them. It's like, oh, you know, they did that, so that's why I did that. No, you did that because that's who you are. And that has nothing to do with what they did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if somebody can make you do something or control you emotionally, they're your master.
Yep.
And I refuse to have a master. So it's like,
Yeah.
just take your power back, you know, and just put it on yourself so you can see what you may be doing in that situation and what you can learn from it. I say it's no good and bad. I kind of, you know what I mean, I'm working on just taking this. Everything is here to help me evolve.
Yeah.
So might be uncomfortable.
Yep.
But it's not bad. It's here to help you admit it. Hey, here to help you evolve if you just look at it in a different way. So it change how you see things. And it's changed your life. So it just changed how I think about things, you know what I mean? So that resonated, like, put it on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying the ego creates this want to stay alive.
Mm-hmm.
So to do anything to hide and mask behind everything, to take accountability off yourself.
Yeah.
So realize that go against you. That's how I look at it.
Yeah. That's real, man. That's real. Thank you for that feedback, Chad. Yeah,
Sure.
we definitely want to keep the power, man. You know.
Definitely.
And let's face it. Let's face it, man. Let's be honest. Blaming people for where we are emotionally is immature.
Very.
Yeah, let's call it what it is. You know what I mean? I think it makes me think back to prior classes when I said, as adults, we have to make sure that the inner child is sitting down, the inner child in us is sitting down, and the adult is standing up, not the other way around. We don't want the inner child standing up and the adult sitting down. It makes me think about being in elementary school and something happening, and the kids are pointing at each other. No, he did that, or he made me do that. Come on, man. We got to
Got
grow
you.
up, man.
It's so, hey, bro, it's so crazy. I just be like, yo, when I just be here, I be like, good gracious, that's where we at. Like, just keep blaming we just keep blaming people for it. And we all did. I did it at stages in my life. I was just like, nah, like blaming somebody. So
Yeah.
I'm about to blame,
Right.
my ex or whatever for me act like that's crazy. Like when you think about it, it's like I'm about to blame her. I did that. I did that.
Yeah.
How I reacted, how I
Mhm.
responded, or where I was at emotionally, wherever. I did that. So you do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Um, I
Yeah.
did that. So it's on me.
And just adding the funny to it. You know, let's say something happens, we end up before a judge. As adults, we can't tell the judge that, you know, it's Jamar's fault that I committed a crime. You know, we
Yeah.
can't do that.
They're gonna
So we gotta own some stuff as adults, man. Can't blame people. That's unacceptable.
be accountable.
Yeah.
Accountability
So
for yourself, yeah, and where you are emotionally, mentally, physically. Take accountability. It's
yep.
one of the highest forms of self-love is
That's it.
accountability. So if you can't love yourself, if you ain't accountable for yourself and your actions, so it's
Yep.
impossible. So just be accountable. Take accountability. It's beauty. It's beauty in it. People just be so scared of facing themselves, and
Mm-hmm.
there's beauty in it. I love it. I love it when
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Let me tell me if you think I did something wrong, so I can now I'm aware of it. Now I make the changes.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's also a lie to the lie that we tell ourselves. So and so made me do it. No, that's a lie. And if we're going to do anything, our foundation always got to be on truth.
For real. Not your feelings.
You got to own
I
that.
would say feelings don't care. The truth don't care about your feelings. So your feelings, change like the wind blows. So the truth
Mm-hmm.
doesn't care. So
Mm-hmm.
I think now in the world we in now is it's like people get I feel as though. So once you say I feel as though, it's like you done lost right there. Like
Absolutely.
you didn't feel as though. All right,
Yeah. Yeah. That's
I'm
true.
change the truth.
Yeah. That's true, man. Yeah. Thank you for your feedback, man. All right. Give a couple quick shout outs before we get out of here. Uh, salute. Caden, salute. CC, salute. Uh, Hex 969, salute. Um, yeah. All right, I see you says taking notes. Appreciate that for sure. Simply me, salute. Terren, salute. Dana Allen, thank you for checking in. Maya, salute. Gerald Cox, Charles, Linda, Katie, Greg, Lawrence, George, Raphael, Derek, Bobcat. Thank you all for checking in, man. Kingdom Training, Savion, salute, salute. Earl, salute. Thank you for checking in. Hey, this was a good class tonight. Lord willing, man, we see you guys next week on Wednesday. Same bat time, same bat channel. And again, if you weren't able to hang in the whole time, then I have the replay on my Facebook page, Darrell White, or on the Gallery That Tells Your Story channel on YouTube. See you guys next time. Peace.